Okay, we are headed towards being live on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on my phone too, just so I can make sure that we're actually live, so we don't start talking before we're there. Usually we're already there, but okay. Speaker view, change that. And I think we'll be good. Technical difficulties today. Okay, so we're live. Yay! It's Spotlight Sunday, and we are here with Caitlin, and I'm so excited. So before we dive into the managing yourself as a mompreneur stuff, which it's going to be all you, lady, because I got fur babies, but that's it. So I'll just be asking questions as we go.
It can work for fur babies too.
Okay, cool.
That totally works.
So before we dive into that, then let's just have you kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started.
So my name, as you all know now, is Caitlin Childs, and I'm the owner of Childs at Heart Nursery Design and Decor, which is basically just interior decorating for nurseries, but I also do custom work, custom bedding and things like that. And it's just really become a passion of mine in the last year, and I'm really excited about where it's going.
Yeah. So how do you run your business like that then, with the custom orders specifically? So do you have, I know you told me you have an Etsy shop. Do you just do you work in person with the nurseries and you go in and you design something for them, or is it all online, or how does that work?
That's basically how it's been working so far, is that I'll go in person, look at the nurseries, get an idea of what they're wanting, and then we custom make the pieces that they want. And then we also do a little just interior decorating if they'd rather have that. But I'm actually working on making a new package that is for anyone, where I'll design it for you, and then I think I'm going to call it Nursery in a Box. So I ship it to you and you set it up according to the directions. And so that's something I'm excited about rolling out in a couple of months.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And then you can work with people anywhere, not just in your town too. Well, that's awesome. So what made you decide to start this business?
Well, when my son was born, I made pretty much everything for his nursery. And then I posted pictures of it online, and people freaked out, nuts over everything. And so I was like, well, I could do this for you guys too, and it really just kind of exploded more than I expected it to. And I just made it into a business. Yeah. And I've really enjoyed it so far.
Good. So have you always done stuff like that? Made stuff yourself, not just baby stuff?
No, I've been knitting. We'll see. I've been sewing since I was 8 years old and knitting since I was 15. Cool. So it's been a lifelong journey.
That's cool. I remember my grandma tried to teach me how to sew when I was a kid, and I can put a button back on pants and stuff. But I remember one time my brother and I would get grounded all the time for fighting with each other. So we weren't allowed to do anything. And my dad took the doors off of the hinges and everything. So we sewed dolls out of felt and stuffed them with toilet paper. And that was the last time I tried to make anything. So I think that's really cool. I've always been really intrigued by that whole process. Sorry, my dog's in here. I don't know if she's being annoying with her collar. Anyway, okay, cool. So the next question I like to ask everyone then is, what is your definition of branding, and kind of how has that affected your business?
For me, branding was just about injecting some personality in business, because before I really was familiar with what branding was, I would just be like, hey, you need baby stuff, and I make baby stuff, so you should buy the baby stuff that I make. And now it's more like, hey, I see that you have a problem. I see that you're struggling, and I have a way to fix it, so let me help you. Yeah. And it's just adding a little personality to the business instead of making it about the customer and not about me.
Cool. I love it. I love that answer. I think that's the first answer that I've gotten that talks about personality, and I'm all about that. So I love it. Guys, really? Stop. Okay. So let's dive in then. Let's talk about managing yourself as a mompreneur. I love when we make words into preneur on the end. So I love all the new words. Mompreneurs. Let's go. What do we got?
Well, in my journey as a mom, like I've only been a mom for a year. Well, almost a year. He'll be 1 year old on Wednesday, and
Oh, wow.
I'm not ready for it.
Yeah. Do you have a big birthday party planned?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going on. But there's basically 3 things that I've learned in my first year of motherhood that really helped me in my business, and really truly I think it could apply to anyone, just managing your time wisely and not just being lazy all day.
Yeah. I can do that, and I don't have kids.
It's very tempting. It's very tempting. But when Kellen, that's my son, when Kellen was born, I was just strung out. You know, I was trying to do way too much. I was trying to do everything, you know, focusing on feeding him at all hours of the day, changing all the baby diapers, and then cleaning the house, getting the laundry done, cooking supper, and then having some kind of time for my business at the end of the day. I was strung out.
Yeah.
And so, my husband kind of sat me down and he was like, look, you are doing too much. Like, you've got to dial it back and figure out what works, you know. And so I got online, and all of the advice that I found from other mompreneurs was not really working for my situation. And so I decided that I needed to figure out a new system. And so this is just what works for me. And if it works for any of you, then yay, I'm glad I could help. The first thing is to get organized. And I know that's like, ugh, everybody hears that word and they're like, yuck, no, I don't want to.
Boring. But I love organization, so that wasn't my opinion. That's what I hear though every time I talk about it.
Oh, for me, I'm not organized at all. Not normally. Well, what I would call it is organized chaos. So like there's piles of clothes everywhere, but I know that the remote is under those pile of clothes, wedged between the feet. You know, I know exactly where it is. It's not organized. And all of that clutter in my house, I found, was making it really hard for me to focus, because I was constantly like, oh, I need to do the dishes. I need to do some laundry. I need to figure this out. And so really what I started to do was I took it one thing at a time. And I started with the living room, because that's where I do the most of my work. That's where my son plays all day. And so I started with the living room, and I organized his toys first, got him a little toy box. And then the second thing was organizing under the TV. Like, instead of it just being a jumbled mess, DVDs go here, PlayStation goes here. And so just by taking it bite-sized pieces, I was able to get the whole space organized. And now when it's time at the end of the day, I just take like 5 minutes to clean up. And then the next day I wake up and it's all clean and ready to go, and I can focus. And so that has really helped me in my business a lot, just being able to focus on the task at hand.
I love that one. One of the things when I work with clients one-on-one, I have like an orientation packet that I give everyone that's like, get started on the right foot, you know, and that's one of the things in there that everyone's like, what? But like, it seriously makes a huge difference just having your space organized. And like, I love doing that too. Like, I love cleaning stuff out. I actually spent like 4 hours cleaning all the crap out of my bathroom cabinets last week. I was like, this is ridiculous. I have like 87 bottles of shampoo, and like, just, it makes you feel so much better though. And you're like, yeah, I got my shit together. I'm ready to go now.
Yes, it's awesome. And I'm that nerd that like watches organization videos on YouTube to get ideas.
That's a thing? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna have to look them up now. I have like my books and my DVDs and CD. We still have CDs because my husband likes to keep them for some reason, but they're all in alphabetical order. And, and I'm like that person. It's bad.
I aspire to be that person. Now that I know what organization can do for you,
yes,
that's my goal.
Awesome. I love it.
But so diving into the second thing that I learned is to follow lists and not schedules.
Okay.
And this was a big one for me because when I was looking for advice from other mompreneurs, and I saw everything I read said, get on a schedule, get on a schedule. Okay. You try telling a 2-month-old baby that he has to be on a schedule. It doesn't work like that. They don't follow schedules.
Yeah, no.
And two, like, that's the whole reason I don't have a 9-to-5 job is because I don't like being told what to do and when to do it.
Yeah. I get that, man.
I'm a creative person at heart, and so I follow more energy surges than schedules. So like if the mood hits me, like I'm ready to go. And so what I started doing is that morning I'll make up a list of about 3 things that I want to accomplish that day. And, you know, nothing crazy like building a whole website in a day or anything like that, but just emailing my email list or contacting, you know, 3 potential clients, reaching out to people or things like that, liking posts on Instagram, things like that, that can just boost. It will take me somewhere in my business, but it doesn't take up a whole lot of time. And then I just work when I can. And so during his nap times, or, you know, if he's watching his shows or playing or eating breakfast, I can send out an email real quick, and I don't have to follow this rigid schedule. I don't have to wake up at the same time every day to get work done. So that's been the biggest thing for me that has made a huge, huge difference in my ability to get my work done.
I love it. I love that. Because I'm like super anti-schedule. Like I tried it for a while and I was like, I don't even like telling myself what to do. So like I hate it. So I love that. I love that. So how do you break down the bigger tasks then? Like I get the putting the smaller things on there. So if you do have a big project or like custom stuff you're doing for a client or customer, whatever you call them, clients or customers?
Clients is what I call them.
Yeah. So do you just like break it down into smaller pieces, or do you just like, you know, say I'm going to spend 2 hours today and that's your list item?
So that's kind of a bigger picture kind of thing. I'll take like, because most of the women I work with are pregnant and we have a due date.
Yep.
And so I'll break it down by like what we have to do before their due date.
Okay.
So if I have 5 projects that I have to get done before their due date and I have 5 months to do them, that's 1 project a month. And I will break it down by like how many hours I need to spend a week on this thing to get it done by that time. And so even if it's just like I need to spend 1 hour a day doing this in order to meet my goal, you know, then I put that hour towards that. And if something happens to like throw me off majorly, like Kellen gets sick, or if you know, he refuses naps or something major like that, then usually when my husband gets home, I'll be like, okay, this was my goal today. I need to spend an hour on this, and I need you to like just give me 1 hour. And so that's how we work to get it done.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's awesome. I love it.
Okay. So the third and final thing that I think everybody can get on board with is to treat yourself.
Okay.
So basically this is just giving yourself something to look forward to so that you don't get burnt out.
Awesome. So
for me, yes, self-care is like major for me because I'm a better mom when I'm mentally relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's a bath at the end of the day. I just want a bath. And I go on like bath salts, candles, face mask, everything.
Love it.
And and you know, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. If you've got like a bajillion kids and your husband works 17 hours a day, then you know, only 30 minutes is all you need to just unwind. It could be a glass of wine, it could be a bath, it could be, you know, just taking a jog if that's your thing.
That's not my thing, but that's some people's thing.
Not my thing either, but that was my mom's thing. And so it worked for her. And I'm like, all right, go for it.
Yeah.
And then so just every day having some way to wind down and reset yourself for the next day. And then like maybe once a week or twice a month, you could do a bigger thing like a massage or a girls' night or just something that can like reset you for those bigger tasks that you need to tackle.
Yeah, I love it. Those are so good. Those are all so good. And you're right. There's definitely overlap, you know, even if you don't have kids, for sure. So I love it. That's so awesome. I love it. So you had mentioned too that you were having an auction, right? So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, what I do is whenever I have like scraps left over from a project, I don't like to throw anything away. I don't like to be wasteful. And so I save all of those scraps. And what I like to do is like if I have yarn left over, I'll knit it into a blanket. Or if I have scraps of fabric, I'll make little teddy bears and things like that. And then I like to do an auction to auction them off at prices that are less than what you would normally pay, so that you get products for less than they would normally cost. And then I can invest that money back into my business. And we're recycling. So, you know,
you're not throwing stuff away. Cool.
It works for everybody.
Yeah. So when does that start?
I don't have a set date yet. And right now I'm trying to get a certain amount of projects finished before I auction them off. I'm planning to do it definitely before Christmas. So like within the next month, I would think. And that will be on my Facebook page.
On your Facebook page. Okay. And that is in the events tab under this event is the link to your Facebook page. And we'll also, once we get off here, we'll also put it in a comment. So it's really easy to find for everyone. So anyone that has a baby on the way or knows any cute babies at all, that would be an awesome Christmas present, right? Like that would be an awesome thing to check out for a Christmas present.
Absolutely. Everybody knows a cute baby.
Yeah, everybody knows a cute baby, for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Caitlin. I'm so excited that you got to come in here. We've been talking in the group for a long time. I'm so excited to finally get to like talk to you in real life. Well, more real life than in a Facebook group. Face to face.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming in, and I will be back in here later this week. I have some big announcements this week for anyone who is not on my email list. You should be on my email list because there's a really good one going out tomorrow, and I'm really excited about some new stuff. So that's going to be really cool, and I will be back in later. Thank you so much, Caitlin, and everyone have a great Sunday evening. Bye.
Bye.